Has anybody made a decent consume deck? Jesus. Why is there so many Redditors? Okay, let me see. Where's the search option? There we go. No, I was just reading Reddit thread names. Okay, so Thuldir, Aggro Hlalu, and Thuldir, and Karakondzhul Aggro Redrun. Okay, so here we've got the 2 deck lists. And then add where's my Tessel? I'll just do this. Wait, what? Wait, fuck. I'll just do this to block Thuldir's hand. Okay. That's shit. Too lazy to make a black bar though, so we're gonna go with this. Alright. So, hold on, let me pause it. Take a look at both the deck lists. So just Nord Firebrand and then this. Fuck. And here's the other one. Why are these images so small? These are tiny. Let me just make them much bigger and then we can scroll. Alright, so, you know, I'm not sure there's too much to look at right now because these are both really aggressive decks. So we're just going to move that aside for now. Then watch from here. You know, full keep, 1, 2, 3, he takes it. I think that's just something you have to do. You don't want to miss any turn, especially off ring, because off ring, like on the ring, if you have a curve like 1, 3, 3 or something, your ring fills that up. Off ring, you kind of have to take any curve you can get. Like, you usually, if you want to not miss, have to pass a turn, you usually don't end up having that many choices. Okay, so from here, okay, so Karakondzhul actually plays really fast, so I'm gonna slow it down a bit. But here, I think you usually have to bump because with both the. Actually, no way, you have Mammoth, so you don't bump, right? I think you go face. You do have a Necromancer, which would encourage bumping, but because of the Mammoth, I think you have to not. It does feel a little bad having to play the Ilak before you know, trainer, but you know, gotta take the curve. Wait, I just noticed. I still see. Okay, hold on. I fucked this up. One sec. Okay, just do this instead. because I could still see the hand. Wait, no, hold on. That still doesn't work. Whatever. Okay, so we'll just do this. All right. Well, that feels pretty bad, but Earthbone doesn't really solve this problem. Wow, this is a really sad hand from Karakondzhul. You might have to go double face Eastmarch Crusader Rebel Warden, I think. That might have to be the play. Everything else feels even worse. Okay, I'm gonna go back to normal speed. Okay, so let's see. Lane placement wise, so you think he's probably gonna bump this way, right? But you don't want him to take the natural Nord. Let's see how many natural charges Thuldir has. So he's got Nord Firebrand. One Stormcloak Vanguard. Guess Cliff Racer, technically. So I guess it's not so much the charge. I guess it plays around Cliff Racer. If he trades into the Rebel Warden, you're fine with that. So that's not why he put that shadow. If you think he's gonna take this trade, oh, that doesn't. No, Thuldir doesn't have Brawler. I'm not sure. I don't think it's bad. Like, I don't think there's a downside to going Shadow. I'm just trying to see if there's any particular upside that makes a difference between the two. I guess Thuldir wants to get rid of the 2-1. Housecarl's okay here. I think you just have to play it. Probably, maybe Earthbone, but I think there's a world where you have to protect your Eastmarch. Okay, so he does go for the Earthbone. I think that's fine. The Ilak is now dead, and that makes the Necromancer no longer, you know, a shitty card, which is good. He has a saturated turn 6, also good. So, Hive Defender sucks. That's not. I think it's actually good for Thuldir to hold on to the makeshift defenses here. But it's also not bad for him to play it. I think both are very valid decisions, and they will depend on Thuldir's hand. I think this always has to be 5 face. But then again, there's a world where, and I think you have to go 5 face. It's a little risky to let him dictate the trades because your field lane's not that bad, but at the same time, I think you also have to push in. Like, that's a third of Thuldir's remaining health, and you are the one going face. But this can be punished really easily by like a Fervor or something, or even an Orc Clan Captain, so that's a pretty strong consideration for trading to the Garnag, because then you can recover and you're behind the race too. Yeah, I think that's good. You always want the saturated board presence. So he goes for the field lane. I like this choice. The trade also allows him to go for this. If he didn't go for it and went like 5 phase, he would probably have to do this shadow and maybe even take Rebel Warden over Iliac. Although I think he usually take Iliac regardless of which line he decided to go. So he tries to stay on field lane. I think that's really good in the aggro mirror. He knows he has enough cards, so it's does support that choice. I also think that Thuldir's choice to play like Garnag over, say, Hive Defender or something shows that he doesn't have it, which means that well, I can't see Thuldir's hand, but this assault is really sad. Oh, that Haunting Spirit is a really good draw. Then again, he does have 2 draws to find a really good play here. With the rest of the 3 mana. Has to be Haunting Spirit Field, right? You also want to have the opportunity to sack it in case you want to push extra damage. I want to just show it from one player's perspective. So it's because, you know, rather than watching it from caster vision. So the Rebel Warden Shadow actually showed great upside. It dragged the Anasi field to Shadow, which provided a ridiculous amount of value. So that paid off really huge. Wait, there is Candle Hearth. Hold on. I swear I didn't see it in the list. Oh, there's 3 of them. And 1 Hive. Okay, I'm trolling. I'm actually just trolling, apparently. Wait, that's actually good here. The Exalt, I mean. I mean, even without Candle Hearth, it was good in Shadow just because it dragged the Anasi there, right? Dragging the Anasi Shadow was super effective. So I think there's a universe where you kill this pit line. Okay. Does he trade with the Spirit too? If you traded with the Candle Hearth using your Necromancer, you have to trade with the Spirit for Gambler instead of going 3 phase. So at this point, you know, he just won the game. He just took really consistent lines and left really low opportunities for variants to hit him in the ass. He chose lines that had really low counterplay and overall played really well. I don't think I saw anything that I can really call a misplay, which is actually insane. I almost always see at least 1 or 2 things. Like there's plays that are like debatable where it's not clear what the correct play is, but that I don't consider that a misplay, right? That's insane. And overall, pretty much every decision paid off. Well, I guess we can go to game 2 because... So, you know, I didn't really analyze anything. Verdict is that Karakondzhul just played that game super well. That's pretty much all there was to it. Jesus. Alright, let's get into... Alright, game 2. Is this the... Oh, okay, Karakondzhul has the ring this time. That changes things. It looks like an almost identical hand, though. Alright, let's hide Thuldir's hand. Wow, this ring trainer is nuts. You have 2 1-drops, 3 summons, and you even have a necromancer for the 1-drop. This hand is nuts. On ring. It's a lot worse off ring. This hand is significantly worse off ring. Okay, that I think you take the ring now and ring out cleric maybe. Iliac is still so strong. You just save the ring charge. You can use cleric as a trick. So yeah. Thuldir? Oh shit, I can't see. Battle Mage. Thuldir is on Battle Mage. Oh right, I should also update. One sec. Let me pull up Thuldir's other deck. Put this over here. Alright, so we see this is a bit more interesting to look at the list before we continue. We see, you know, 2 lesser wards, which is pretty classic, 2 crown quartermasters, 3 harpies, 3 bolts. So there's 6 prophecies to play around. But there's a lot of clunk you can see. You want to be able to. There's only 1 Scave and 2 Cradles, so going wide is good, especially when you're lane split. And as you can see, he has done exactly that. You can really punish these clunky draws like bolts and battle mace if you take full trades. Don't let them take the tricks. So we see 2 Conjurings, 3 Elfiques. Those are notable cards. Alright, let's continue. Alright, so while Karakondzhul's turn 1, 2, and 3 was nuts, there is a very real chance he just bricks out and runs out of cards. So you'll have to see how that continues. So here, oh wait, let me block the hand. So here there's, okay, so I do like that choice. It lets him take the Necromancer. You do want to play this while you can, since you still have the trainer. You're not in too much of a rush to play these 2-drop tricks, because your tricks are better in hand than your creatures that don't immediately, you know, do something other than go wide. So you want to go wide first and then keep your tricks in hand. So for example here, you don't have to worry about Cradle yet. There is 2 of them, but you don't have to worry about it yet because it's still at least a whole turn away. That said, you do know that you're out of cards, so there's a very notable chance that you do have to notice that you should play around it by then. So this, I think there was a consideration that goes Shadow. Overall, it's good because you want to full clear anything Thuldir plays. So the more versatile your trades are, the better. So for example, the wards are good against more attack, less health. This 4/2 is good against high attack, low health. Low attack, high health, or even split. And then this 1/2 and 2/1 is good against, for example, the other 2/1s. So you do want the diversity in your tricks. It's good. You almost never want to let Battle Mage take the trades though, because of their cards like Battle Mace and Lightning Bolt. It both turns off their hand and gives them reduced ability to blow you out. So at this in here, you probably want to go all face because there's no real way I see that you can take these trades and play around Cradle Crush. So you're pretty. Oh my god. do it first and then do the math, I guess. He doesn't even hesitate to see how much damage he wants exactly, so the answer is just all face. You know, he's out of cards, you can't really consider runes as much anymore, bolts aren't even that effective, so, you know, all face, let's go. I mean, even if he did the math, you would see that everything's the same. It's down to 3 health. Or maybe he did the math before, just be like, if I top deck a Fervor, you know, how much damage would I do? But yeah. Thuldir, yeah, Karakon's draw was nuts, especially with the ring. So Thuldir has to reverse sweep this? Jesus. With what deck again? Empire? Guildstorm was the ban for Karakon. Wait, so he reverse sweeps with this Empire. Holy shit. PogChamp. Alright, let's see how that goes. Okay, well that was pretty much just a goldfish game with nuts Karakon draws. Jesus. On the ring too, that was so much worse offering. That was so much worse offering. Like, just forget. I don't even know how it would have lined up with Thuldir's hand, but like if I saw that hand, didn't know what my opponent was playing, I would be just the amount. My level of happiness in Mulligan would be so different on and off ring. That's all. Yeah, I am still watching from Kara's view. If you want, we can do Thuldir's view, but first, so far, game 1, Karakon just played super well. Game 2, he just drew super well. And didn't misplay either, but there was a lot less room to misplay with such just on-curve draws. Alright, so let's get that out of the way. So, I mean, this has been mostly aggro mirror, so there's not too much to say, really. For me, at least. So, usually, you probably want to open. Okay, so actually, let's take a look. Let me pause this. Actually, we'll wait until we see Empire. See if Empire has a turn 1. Alright. So you have to take the Rift Thane. There's a universe where you take the Windkeep Spellsword just to see. Okay, so he goes for the race. I like that. You have a really good turn 3 too. You don't really want to be on the back foot in aggro mirrors. Wait, what did you say? You gonna go over Frenzo's games? Do you want me to? I can. Probably not today, but probably at some point. So here, you know, you're pretty much ahead in the race. So usually Thuldir will take this trade unless he has like a nuts aggressive curve. That will put him ahead in the race, right? Oh, well, that puts him ahead in the race while trading. But this circle initiate's really good. I think that was a pretty clear-cut turn. Unless he has Pawnbroker, oh please. So I think this is... you never go House Carl here, I think. I think you always want something really aggressive. And what I'm looking at right now is Iliac Field, Mercenary Captain Shadow. You always want to play Sower later in the race. Okay. How much extra damage is this? So he had 9 damage. So it's 5 extra damage? Over 3. I think I like Mercenary Captain more. Let me see. Hold on. Let me go back a bit. Wait, why can't I go left? Where's my keyboard? 1 sec. No, my keyboard is working. Why is my left not working? Jesus. Okay, there we go. Alright, so here, Alright, let's do the math. If you play Mercenary Captain, you have 7, 8, 9, 10. 10. Wait. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So you have 12 damage. He heals for 5, so he's at 28. You get him to exactly 16 and buff your board. And then you can silence next turn and do more damage. The downside is that you don't get to play Sower next turn, which reduces your total damage. So if you take the silence now, hit him down to 13 instead of 16, that lets you play the Sower next turn to set up the lethal. That's true. That's a good point. If you go for the silence next turn, then even though he's at 16, you don't have enough damage. Okay, so your board would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So 4, 9, 11, 12, 13, 14 without the Ilac. Okay, so if you go for the silence here, he's at 13. You're at 9. You're at 8. You go face for... Yeah, okay, so the silence is better because you have to end the game by next turn. So the delay on the silence turns off Sower, which is really bad. The alternative is to not play Iliac and just play Mercenary Captain Shadow. Lets you Sower Iliac on top of this Spirit next turn, which is also a lot of damage, but it also turns off Sharpshooter, which makes it no longer enough damage. Okay. So I guess this play is good, yeah, because of the timer. I got, yeah. Also, it saves your burst from Mercenary Captain. Alright. Karakondzhul is right and I am wrong. Of course. I mean, he knows the aggro matchups. He doesn't even need to think about it. I should hide Thuldir's hand so I'm not distracted. The race is quickly starting to look much worse for Karakondzhul. If this was the end of Thuldir's turn, it'd be alright, but like, he still has his whole turn left worth of mana. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. I see. That's nuts. I think you might have to trade in the Spirit just for the extra stats. Maybe play Sower. Field first. Hope you get the stats on the Sower. So if they have Edict, for example, then you're gonna need so you have 4 damage this turn. So 5 damage with Edict. So they'll be at 5 health. So I guess there's a world you don't want the buff on Sower. That if that means assuming they don't. Okay, hold on, wait, no. If they do have it, they're pretty much always dead. So you assume they don't have Edict or Penitence Oculatus Agent and then play Sower. Hope you get the buff. And then wait, do you have the lethal if it gets the buff? 4 damage now. No. You need the buff on not Sower, I think. Well, this is good. So you need him to not have an answer to Sower. And then you'll win. Wait, no, hold on. I forgot about the 5 damage from Sower. Wait, no, it'd be really easy for Thuldir to have some form of defense. Why not 0-2 Shadow? You want to protect, because the 0-2 gets broken through, and then you get the rather than blocking damage, it's mostly just to prevent trades. And in Shadow, you get to trade and then trade like twice. But you know for sure that in field lane it's gonna block something from trading into your creatures. You don't care about the face. So Thuldir just needs Edict or wait. Cliff Racer? Dawnbreaker? Oh, he did. Okay. So if the buff goes on Sower, Alright, I'm gonna update Karakondzhul's deck list now. What does Karakondzhul play next? Alright. Karakondzhul is on aggro battle mage. Wait, it says mid battle mage. I'm getting trolled. Wait, I closed the wrong whatever. All right. So, is there Manic Jack? No. So at this point, Thuldir knows that there's Cloak and Dagger. Wait, how many items are there? There's Cloak and Dagger, Crown Quartermaster, Seda, Covenant Plate, Sentinel Battle Mace. Anyway, so Craven Conscript is really scary. And you know that there's Cloak and Dagger, which is actually super good with this Craven Conscript. But Karakon takes it, wait, hold on, and follows, which puts him in a bad position now. Well, I mean, you're ahead in the race, so it's not the worst position. You can even dagger the 1/3 and then cloak this. Uh-oh. Okay, that's a really good bump, knowing that there's the cloak. I mean, dagger. You can even both, I mean, you can dagger. Okay. 8 damage. Jesus. I mean, there was a universe you can both cloak and dagger, and then trade into the pawnbroker, but I like this play a lot more. Because it both save the ring charge, and it doesn't mean you don't even have to consider the firebolt onto the 5th Legion trainer, and then not Seda. I think you always want at least your 5 face from Craven Conscript, so I do like the choice of just dagger, taking the favorable, and then taking 8 to the face. On that note, Karakon's not exactly too excited about the rest of his hand going forward. This Firebolt is just clunky, and this seal doesn't come down for another couple turns, which is pretty risky. If they guard Shadow, you just have to break through the guard. There's not much else. You're more... Oh my god. Wait, that favorable's nuts. You do lose 8 damage, and there it is. There's the 8 damage loss. You just have to Harpy. I think you even maybe Cloak, just because you know you want to play Seal. Not getting to play Harpy this turn feels super bad. Wait, that's a Tempo Harpy. You actually want that to go face. What deck you in? They were all pretty well done, right? I mean, I know. Like, if you're not gonna cancel the shackle effect, and you're not gonna not play Harpy, but like for the most practical purposes, you basically expect that to be a Tempo Harpy, is what I mean. He didn't get smorked because of greed. He got smorked because of you can't trade with Shadow Thaden efficiently. Also, yeah, that was pretty nuts. I think there's even almost a universe that you go Conjurer. I think you have to ring out the seal. But yeah, this Trapper has done a ridiculous amount of work. Well, I don't think it was so much the Booms read, and more, I think it was mostly game 1 brick. Because that's at the pace of the match. It went back and forth because he got to choose his matchups while he was 1 win up. Because I want to do it from one player's perspective instead of caster vision. This Deepwood Trapper has been pretty insane. Yeah. So his I don't know about his battle mage overall, but these draws have pretty much meant that he wants just these big swings to the face, and these single token guards have completely destroyed that. Well, he still gets to develop his board since he still has mana, plenty of mana and cards left over. Jesus. I think it has to be Temple Conjurer, right? Yeah. Okay, he does go for the preemptive cloak, which I think is fine, given that it had 5 health, and, you know, Thuldir's total attack power of his shadow creatures had 5 attack. And I mean, if Thuldir has like a Fervor or an Empire Oathman, his life is screwed anyway, so you don't really have to worry about playing around that. But usually it gets this bump here, and then he just doesn't have to kill the seal. which you know is going to happen, but it's kind of just how... Oh my god, wait a second. Hold on. Wait, he can give that to Seal. Or have 1 extra attack power by putting it field. That's a lot of damage. Oh. And there goes a lot of damage. Unlucky, dude. If only he could play both Dress Renegade and Belligerent Giant. Wait, would that even be lethal anymore? 11? It would be exact. Oh my god. If he had Sharpshooter, I think he runs that. Yeah. Karakondzhul with a singleton Sharpshooter didn't pay off for him this time. You know, he has all these singletons. And he just says, I'll draw him when I need him. But this time he didn't and loses. Feels bad for Karakondzhul. Yeah, I know. If only he had ramped 4 times, Kappa. This has pretty much just been a nuts trapper for the game, I think. It came back with the stupid Apprentice Necromancer. 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, that's lethal for Thuldirs because we saw the Cliff Racer, but overall... Karakondzhul, solid play. Very solid play. Unfortunately, it was not... Oh my god, he almost had the one of Sharpshooter for lethal that turn. Jesus. Really? Let me see. Hold on. What for attack to pound break? You mean here? No, Thuldir had 1 over. Traded with a 3 attack creature just now. Yeah. So if he, like, at this point, that's, wait, fuck. The explosion. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Wait, hold on. He didn't have 1 over. Yeah, you're right. Okay. I thought he did have 1 over. You're right. That is a misplay, actually. He could have won this game. That's actually that's actually not that small of a misplay. I didn't know that. I thought Thuldir had an extra damage. I wasn't paying that much attention to what he traded into. What was the other one? No, okay, so yes, because so at this point, at this point, wait, where is it? So right here, like you're at 16. He took this trade, and then got rid of this. So that leaves 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 damage on the board. And there's 5 creatures. So when you kill 1 creature, that leaves 4 creatures. Thuldir's Forms of Reach is buff everything by 1 attack and Cliff Racer. So both of those forms do 4 damage. So that's why you always want to bring him down to 11 damage on board. always in this scenario. So I think it really just comes down to, like, he didn't do the math at that exact point in the turn and then made the small misplay. Overall, like, it's easy to overlook, but it's also like, if he stopped and did the math, then it becomes a clear misplay. But it's still easy to overlook. So yeah. You are right. I actually didn't catch that at all. I thought Thuldir had 1 extra damage. Alright. And we have game 5. Wait, you said 2 misplays? What was the other one? Or do you mean... Oh, okay. Yeah, I think that was the only thing. I actually didn't even catch that. But, like, now that you mention it, it's definitely very clear misplay, I would say, if you stop and think about it. Yeah. So here, I think that's pretty clear. You want to be the aggressor. In aggro mirrors, you always want to be the one going face. Not just because you're an aggro deck, but because aggro decks are meant to be worse on the back foot. Yeah, exactly. Especially this kind of Crusader. This Crusader is not made to trade. It is all about high attack, low health creatures. Okay, yeah, that's true. I guess the token sometimes wants to take all the favorable traits and then grind them out until they can't defend, at least. So yeah, as you can see, Thuldir is taking these trades, or trying to. Pretty clear Candlehearth. You want to be both playing curve, and you want to have the best board position you can, and that's the one that does that. If Thuldir has, like, is one of Grizzly Gourmet, that would suck real bad. Stole me list from last year. Oh my god, wait, hold on. Is that a one-off? Let me check. It is. Unlucky. Unlucky. Oh my god, shut up. Wait! Did he just roll Lesser Ward? Oh, this game is so painful to watch. My eyes! Okay, so I feel like this would have been a game if Thuldir didn't high roll that hard on turn 4. I mean, I don't know when he drew the Grizzly Gourmet, but that was ridiculous. That was the only situation where Grizzly Gourmet was good in this matchup too, because, like, Karakondzhul's decks is not meant to have 2 power creatures. Really? Oh, I guess he overrides the, sacks the sweet roll. I like that. So I think you go with Natural Nord and then play Green Pact? Wait, I never thought of that. Hold on. I don't know if that's correct. Let me see. Oh, that's funny, actually. Wait, why can't I? Okay. Alright. Wait. Okay, so I don't think this assault was necessary, right? I think it's either Nord trade Green Pact or Vanguard trade? I don't think there's much reason to play the Assault. Yeah, I agree. Assault is very slow. It's either Nord or... Do you want... The question is, do you want the Green Pact? I think the answer is yes. Green Pact gets much worse once you let Thuldir go wide, and right now you get to clear everything except his one single large creature. And if he takes the trade into it, you're happy with that too, because it, you know, it's a 5/5 into a 4/1. Yeah, I agree with you, Shinar. I think it has to be that. At 7 mana, he'll have 4/3. So I think there's a world you go Vanguard, right? Like, it doesn't. If you compare Vanguard to Assault, it's arguable that Assault might seem like better tempo, right? Because it's one extra face damage. It doesn't change the board development, and it draws 2 cards instead of a 5/5. But I mean, like, is that even bad? Overall, I think the better play is Fire. I think the way to go is Firebrand Ambusher. I think you have to do that. I think that's just the highest tempo play. I think he was thinking about conserving his Ambusher maybe for him to go all field, but that's not what Thuldir is in position to do, and Thuldir might play around the Ambusher as well. So I think you have to take this Ambusher when it's the best time to do so, and this I think is the best time to do so. So, you know, that was not a line I came across, but I don't think it was the correct one either. This plays into both Penedus, Oculatus Agent, and Cliff Racer as well to kill his Bannerman with, which you don't want to happen, because that's Bannerman. If you take the Firebrand Ambusher, it's so hard for Thuldir to kill this Bannerman, which is insane for you, insanely good for you. Karakondzhul in general, I think, plays too fast. And there are times when it doesn't matter because he still doesn't make misplays, but I think he could definitely slow down here. Because that was a little monk-ass of a choice. Although it was pretty funny. That assault was assaulting the Sweet Roll seems kind of funny. That would be, he would have won the game if Bannerman was alive with this hand, I think. So from here, there's a universe you just take the trade into the 4/2, maybe even like Vanguard and 5/5? No, Nord Firebrand the 5/1, Ambusher, Garnag Field, I think. I think you have to not die. I mean, can you set up a way to have lethal next turn? I don't think so, right? Maybe. Hold on. So if you take the trade, if you take the double trade, right? And then go Ambusher, Garnag, Shadow, or Clan Captain. Wait, hold on. So if you do this, right? So let me pause it. No, it might. I think it might still be winnable, right? So if you take this, right? If you take this Clan Captain, Initiate, Vanguard, Nord, double trade, face for 4. He's at 13. We have 4, 5, 6, 11. No, that's not enough. I mean, it's not hard to draw reach, though. You get 2 draw. Okay, so wait, if you also take the other way of double trading, play like Green Pact, Garnag, Shadow, that's 8. clan captain gives you 4. That's 12. You're short 5. So if you do this, right? Nord, Vanguard. Wait, no, hold on. If you Nord, double trade, and then Ambusher Initiate, that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, so this has to go face. Vanguard, Nord to trade, leaves 3 mana. Initiate. He's at 13. You have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 4 charge. No, I'm just comparing the options. So yeah, I think Vanguard initiates better. Oh. Thuldir won, right? He has to win this turn. Oh. Trainer Cliff Racer, okay. Unlucky. I think he could have won game 3, was it? Was it game 3 or game 4? But yeah, that assault was pretty monk-ass. I mean, it didn't matter because Thuldir had lethal. Overall, his line was not. His line was really close. Like, Earthbone was only 1 damage short compared to Initiate, which was also really good. Did he misplay this game? Yeah, this was the game he could have won if he traded into the foreign pawnbroker. What about the first game he lost? Wait, so is this game? You couldn't, could you clear the, I guess you could, but it wasn't like reasonable clear though. Wasn't it really expensive to clear? So why did he lose this game? Oh, the Nuts Trapper. Yeah, so I went over it a few times, and I think silence was the right move, actually. I spent well over the turn timer to decide whether or not he was right, but I think it was correct. So what happens this turn? All right, there's exactly the from Cliff Racer. Okay. So, hold on. Here, is it ever Temple Conjurer? You would have to bump in the Harpy. I think this is right. Unless you Temple Conjure and Cloak. Force them to double trade? No, you want to seal down first. It was mostly this here. But, like, first, it looked like he was screwed. What do you mean? Conjurer? At which point? Oh, Temple Conjurer. The thing is, Seal has 6 health, so it takes several trades. Conjurer, it can come down and trade twice right away. So Seal takes, say, 3 turns, or even more, also because of Dementia, so you actually need to Seal down first. Conjurer, it's like a delayed action, because it comes down, trades twice, and dies. Seal needs like 3 turns, so it's like the difference between a troll another fortune, and like a Candle Hearth Brawler maybe, or like a Hive Defender, I guess. So you want to play Troll first, usually. In this case, because the thing is, if you were to play Conjurer, you would have to bump in the Harpy too, which also sucks. That means the Conjurer has to trade in, which isn't even favorable, and then the 5/3 had to trades into this 1/1 here. At most, which isn't even good. Well, if you took the trade into the Pawnbroker, I mean, there's a chance Thuldir Prophecies maybe, but overall, like, that could have changed how the tournament ended. I mean, Karakondzhul might have been the champion instead. So that's easily overlooked, like, $14,000 misplay. Easily overlooked. It's not even a big misplay because it's so easy to make. Oh yeah, that was a consideration too. I actually wasn't sure if this was the consideration. So it's where is it? Next turn. So here, I thought about it. It's very unclear if this is right or wrong. Very unclear, but strong consideration. Because you know you're gonna pass next turn, but you also know it's gonna be shackled. Yeah, you do know you're gonna play Seal, but you don't even know if you want the health on that thing because it's gonna be shackled. You're not gonna cloak. You almost never like cloak a shackle target though. You generally want to cloak when you're making the trade, but I don't know. I think I would do it out of, like, I would probably do it just naturally because I'm like, I have 1 mana and 0 mana next turn. I would probably want to. I agree, it's a strong consideration, But I don't think it's clear cut whether it's right or wrong. Is what I mean. Hi, Gindrich Novi. Welcome to the stream. And that's why I'm not going to call it a misplay. But I do agree it's a very strong consideration that could pay off, or it could also not. Why does the cards look like that? What the fuck? Yes, hello. What's up? Alright, so the last game, did we say there was a misplay? Yeah, it was the assault on the sweet roll. Yeah, if you played this Nord and then played the Ambusher, and now that I look at Thuldir's hand, that would have paid off huge too. Like, this assault doesn't do anything. The 2-draw, the 2-draw doesn't do anything. It's probably marginally better than this Vanguard, but I like these two. Yeah, that's unlucky. Karakondzhul could have won. But overall, I think his play was very solid and extremely close to optimal. Which is actually extremely hard to do when you are playing on a turn timer. That said, he played much faster than he needed to and left plenty of turn timer to spare. So, who knows. Thuldir did draw a lot of Cliff Racers, but it's insane that Cliff Racers aren't even always good early game anymore. Well, it was nuts there. Also, what's it called? Trainer top deck was pretty good. Clears. So you're suggesting he takes trade, Vanguard trade, or Clan Captain Vanguard Nord into this? That doesn't feel great. You're not really set up too well in the future. That's pretty much all of your resources. Like, he can just play, like, we know he has 3 cards. We don't know their fervors, but if he just played like some beefy creatures and win face, then you can't really defend or go face at that point. It's really risky. I don't think you ever full clear here. I think what you always want to do is clear this and assume he only has Cliff Racer at most for reach, and try to have lethal, or try to set up almost lethal. Okay, so that's gonna be it for me today. I don't want to go over too many games. It makes it much. The more I go, the less accurate it gets. So I'm gonna stop for the day. I don't know. Like, I mean, you leave the Wily Kiva, yeah, but even killing the trader is a lot of resources. If you, because let's say you Vanguard this, right, and then, or Nord this, you're left with 5 mana. Maybe you can just play this, the guard, to deal with the Wily Kiva, then pass, or like stop defending, and then that leaves 5 mana. It's not good either. Garnag maybe, that's not great. But like, or Clan Captain and all 3 charges, that feels really bad. His cards are all even, right? So he can only actually spend 6 mana. You know, it's actually really easy to make a mistake if you have too many cards in hand, because there's a lot of things that you start to overlook, which is actually what happens quite often. I mean, yeah, but he also wouldn't be in this position if he didn't have if he didn't assault. Hi, blue line, because he would have a bannerman on the board. Those Nords would just eat these. He would have 2 extra free charges. Like, even without Clan Captain, Bannerman wins you the game, even if you don't have lethal. Because you can just slowly ping down all his shit. Well, no. Like, without Clan... Okay, so let's say he doesn't have Clan Captain here, right? You can just go like... Okay, so actually these wouldn't be 4-2 and 5-1. Okay, so this would be a 5-1. Okay, so this would actually be the same stat line. But you'd have a Bannerman here. So you trade this in. Nord goes in here. Bannerman goes to the face. After you play like a Circle Initiate. That leaves you 5 mana to play this. Okay, maybe not Circle Initiate. Maybe you just play these two. Garnag and Ambusher Field. They would be at 13, you would have a Bannerman. Cliff Racer would be Field. That wouldn't even be bad either, right? You would have a Rift Thane, Field, Shadow. Wait. No, hold on. Let's go back a bit. So let's say he went with Nord Ambusher. Over Assault. Goes for 6. Cliff Racer, he'd be at 7. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, because they would have traded into the 2-4. I mean the 4-1 instead of the 2-4. So yeah, that he's right. You would have a 2-4. So yeah, exactly. Endo's correction. You don't have the 4-1 next turn. So let's see. You would have to trade 3. So that's 7 mana. Nord, Vanguard. Yeah, I know. I'm trying to see. So at this point, you have Earthbone in hand. Because you would draw 1 less. Well, you would draw 2 less, but he gives you 1 more rune. So you'd be at 7. No, you don't have Or Clan Captain at the start of this turn. Remember that. He top decked it after drawing 2 instead of 1. So you don't have a... You have Assault over Clan Captain right now. So if you have Bannerman up, a 3/2 Nord, a 2 for Rift Thane. I mean, you basically just need to kill Trader and Cliff Racer somehow. So have to use Vanguard. No, Vanguard, Nord. Maybe he would still lose. He might still lose. Actually. Because his resources aren't that great for 7 mana. If he had 8 mana, maybe. I mean, if he were to assault face, he would have lethal, but he wouldn't know that. Like, there's no way that's the correct play. Nord, Assault. So, Vanguard, Assault, Nord. That leaves... Okay, yeah, no, he would be fine. He would definitely go for, like, he wouldn't go for the extra drawing. He's not giving up a Nord for that. So you draw 1. It happens to be Clan Captain. He rejoices, and he just plays Clan Captain 2 Nords. And then win the game. Yeah. Exactly. So he would have, he would have miracle top. It would have been insane because, that would have been like the god top deck Clan Captain. Like, we know it's there, but imagine, think about it. If we were in that situation, right, and we didn't know the Clan Captain was at the top of the deck, and then he top decks that for the win, that would be nuts. Because that's what would have happened if you went for the Ambusher Shadow. That said, it turns out that his assault wasn't actually, like, in practice, it wasn't actually much worse. It comes out with a very similar result, but I still think it would have been better to Ambusher. I mean, you're right. You're right, Thuldir. He did. You're right. I guess that's true. It would have just been true on the other way around instead. The Charmer's face. Oh my god. Man, I'd be so sad if I was Karakondzhul.